Episode 14 starts with Jang Han-suk getting embarrassed on stage, covered in pig's blood. It gets worse for the bloody Jang Han-suk as he gets arrested for anti-union activities right outside the lecture hall. Miss Choi argues that there is no credible evidence. Vincenzo reveals he has testimony from the man that ran over the union leader. The man said that CEO Han ordered the attack through Ulsan law firm, and he's confessing because he doesn't want to be killed in prison. Prosecutor Jeon tells Jang Han-suk and his entire team that they will be charged for murder and abetting as well. Chairman Jeon becomes frantic and starts making a commotion. Taec-yeon tells him off and orders him to sit down. It's cute that he quickly complies. Jang Han-suk mocks Vincenzo that he's just a gangster but is pretending to be noble, to which Vincenzo responds that he isn't noble at all. He's just a garbage man taking out the trash. As the two leave the station, they know well that Jang Han-suk will be released very soon. Vincenzo believes Jang Han-suk will let someone else take the fall for anti-union activities. But no big deal, they're planning bigger. Their next target is finding out Babel's paper company. Meanwhile, Chairman Jung volunteers to take the fall for the anti-union activities for his brother. It looks like loyalty, but he's just scared of being imprisoned for worse crimes, so he wants to be the fall guy for something small. Jang Han-suk sees through him and asks his brother to calm down. As they're arguing, the chief prosecutor walks in and tells Prosecutor Jung that he believes this is a conspiracy to bring the new chairman down and asks him to restart the investigation. On the news, the fabricated story is that the division team leader, aka the Loyalist, opposed the new chairman stepping into power and plotted to take him down, so he took the fall for everything. In the meantime, Mr. Nan finds suspected evidence of a shell company, but they aren't too familiar with how these operations work in Korea, so they approach Park from Bye Bye Balloon, who gives Vincenzo and Taec-yeon a lesson on paper companies. He's eager to help take down Babel after they left him to die in a freezer. When Vincenzo and Taec-yeon meet Prosecutor Jung for dinner, news is playing in the background of him arresting Jang Han-suk in error. He says that if only he has the guillotine file, then all these corrupt players in Korea can get what they deserve. He looks at Vincenzo meaningfully as he says this. We turn to a flashback from a while back where Mr. Cho met with a mystery man. It turns out the mystery man was Prosecutor Jung, and he and Mr. Cho agreed that they will use Vincenzo to do what they need done. Back in the present, Vincenzo and Taec-yeon go to visit Miss Oh in the hospital. She gives him a hand-knitted scarf, whereas he gives her those yummy Korean red bean pastries, shaped like a fish. The atmosphere is sweet as can be until Vincenzo gets a call from CEO Han, who's arranging a meeting with Vincenzo on Chairman Jung's behalf. They meet at a fancy restaurant, and Chairman Jung asks Vincenzo if his goal is to destroy him along with his big brother. He promises that as long as Vincenzo leaves him and Babel alone, he can help Vincenzo kill his brother. Vincenzo states that he never gets involved in exploiting family betrayals before walking off. That night, Miss Choi gets in touch with Paolo, Vincenzo's former boss's son, who wanted to kill Vincenzo back in Italy. The next day, Mr. Park presents to Vincenzo and Taec-yeon what he knows about paper companies and how they work in Korea. He reveals that Mr. Na also knows a thing or two about Babel's dealings with paper companies. So Vincenzo and Taec-yeon find Mr. Na, who's currently a singer at a bar after he lost his job at Babel. Vincenzo pressures him into giving up Babel's paper company, so it's an art gallery, and all money laundering operations go through it. It's got very tight security and requires the director's fingerprint to get to the back office. It also houses an extremely rare art piece. As they plan their attack, the piano teacher, Miri, reveals to Vincenzo and Taec-yeon that she knows about the gold in the basement. She also reveals that she designed the system for the room that the gold is in. As a result, she's confident that she can open up the secret room by hacking into the security system that she created. Vincenzo is happy to get another member in his gold digging team, but first he puts Miri's skills to use in battling Babel. Vincenzo gets her to manipulate the art gallery's booking system, replacing Vincenzo and Taec-yeon's photos for a couple that reserved the gallery for a private event. On the day of the booking, Vincenzo sends his team to pick up a foreign couple from the airport and take them to Gunga Plaza for a romantic date, while he and Taec-yeon waltz into the art gallery disguised as the rich couple. As they tour the venue, they learn that the foreign couple actually booked this place out for a marriage proposal. So, not wanting to give themselves away, Vincenzo has no choice but to kneel down in front of Taec-yeon. Taec-yeon dramatically accepts his proposal and the crowd goes wild. The crowd meaning the art gallery staff, and going wild meaning they started chanting kiss, 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 kiss. As Vincenzo hesitates, Taec-yeon's sexy red lips quickly approach his, and ta-da, they finally have their first kiss of the show. Vincenzo Vincenzo doesn't hesitate for long and quickly starts kissing Chaeyoon back passionately. Are we still acting, guys? No? Hello? What's funny is that the foreign couple actually gets their proposal done as well in our lovely Gunga Plaza, in front of the almighty Buddha at the temple. See, that's rich people for you. Either they can't tell the difference between a posh art gallery and a dingy commercial plaza, or they just have their eyes very much on the ball. After committing to tying the knot, back to work Vincenzo and Chaeyoon go. They get a bunch of the Gunga residents to cause a scene to distract the security team at the art gallery, while they coax the gallery director to show them the rare art piece in the back, pretending like they want to buy it at whatever the cost. The moment they get into the room, Chaeyoon runs to a corner and starts oohing and eyeing over the beautiful art piece, only to have the director tell her, "Oh, that's the floor lamp, but thank you for your compliment." After a few awkward seconds, Chaeyoon recovers and they are taken to the true masterpiece. To be expected, it's some bullshit footprint on a bullshit placement. Then the director is called away urgently because of the huge commotion outside. That gives Vincenzo and Chaeyoon the opportunity to look for the money laundering evidence. The hacker gets to work by helping them hack into the office computer. They find files containing accounts and international transactions and work quickly to transfer them to their drives. The director can't figure out why randoms are causing trouble in her gallery and suddenly realizes it's probably not a good idea to leave Vincenzo and Chaeyoon in her office by themselves. Duh. She returns to the office with the security team and asks what they were doing. She's finally gotten suspicious of them, so it's hard for them to keep up the charade. But don't worry, this duo has thought of everything. Vincenzo confesses that, well, they are agents for AISE, Italy's foreign intelligence service. They claim to be looking for paintings that have been smuggled into the country. He even goes as far as drawing his gun to intimidate the director. After that, Vincenzo outs the director for getting hired here under a fake resume. She then promises to return the painting that's stolen and delete all the footages of Vincenzo and Chaeyoon. What's hilarious is that one of the workers of Bye Bye Balloon even hands her a business card and asks her to contact them should she ever need to leave Korea in a hurry. After all said and done, Vincenzo and Chaeyoon get back to the plaza, both feeling a little embarrassed about the kiss that happened after the proposal. Vincenzo suggests that they go up to the roof for a drink to debrief. All of a sudden, he senses something, and he tells Chaeyoon to go grab the beers while he goes to set up the roof. As he gets up to the top, two men with pistols follow him out. He grabs one of them by surprise and puts a gun to his head. He asks them if Paolo sent them. At this moment, another man turns up behind Vincenzo with a gun pointed to his head. Vincenzo is clearly outnumbered and is forced to surrender his weapon. He's then kicked to the ground. It's obvious that Miss Choi convinced Paolo to send assassins to get rid of Vincenzo for her. Your enemy's enemy is your friend, don't they say? Not sure how Vincenzo will get out of this one. I have to say, this episode felt a little boring compared to the other episodes to date. Its only purpose seems to be to add some romantic atmosphere, and while I'm all for that, it also kind of sucked that the kiss didn't occur under genuine circumstances. I actually feel like maybe these two have better chemistry as friends and business partners rather than lovers, dare I say? What do you guys think? Can you feel the love tonight? Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next episode of Vincenzo. Thank you for watching!